What's going on YouTube? Austin Zay back here with another video. If you're brand new to my channel, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm actually driving right now a Lamborghini Urus. Okay, now if you're brand new to my channel, I'm actually 26 years old and I'm a real estate investor. I'm a real estate investor, I'm a real estate agent, and primarily we actually do a lot of wholesaling, okay? But what I want to share with you is how I actually was able to buy this Lamborghini Urus through real estate investing, okay? And actually how I got to where I'm at today because, you know, again, if you're brand new to the channel, you're probably looking into getting into real estate, right? You want to become a real estate investor. You want to become maybe even a real estate agent, or you want to get into wholesaling, right? Where you're flipping the contract of real estate to buyers, okay? Creating arbitrage on the deal. And maybe more importantly, you want to buy a Lamborghini, right? You want to buy a Ferrari, you want to buy, you know, eventually you want to have a family, right? You want to have kids, you want to travel the world, you want to create a name for yourself, you want to make a lot of money, right? And I know that a lot of people want to make a lot of money, and you probably follow dudes like Grant Cardone and Gary Vaynerchuk and all the dudes that you see on social media, but those dudes have been doing this forever, man, and they're really cool, and I love those dudes to death. But the reality of it is, a lot of times it's just a bit unrelatable. It's not totally relatable, right? How do I go build what Grant Cardone's building like day one if I'm brand new to real estate? How do I just buy a Lamborghini? Like, I got to figure out how to start somewhere, right, and work my way up to where I am eventually a Grant Cardone or somebody like that. So you know, this video, if you stay to the very end, will be a video where I'll literally show you how I was able to do what I was able to do and how you can do it as well. So if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you take just a quick second and just smash the like button, okay, for the YouTube algorithm. It would mean the world to me. So listen, like I said, I'm 26 years old. I actually got into real estate doing what they call wholesaling, okay? Now, if you're not familiar, it's real simple. I have other videos on my channel, but basically you're getting a property under contract below market value, right? Below market value, and then you're flipping the contract to an end buyer for a little bit of arbitrage, right? So, you know, 5 grand, 10 grand, 15, 20 grand. So look, if you're watching the video right now and you want to make 5, 10, 15, 20 grand, you want to buy a Lamborghini in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, whatever the case is, you can do that, right? Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do that with real estate investing. Now, you don't need a bunch of money, you don't need good credit because you're not actually buying the real estate. So look, for me, when I was like 17 years old, so even if you're young, man, when I was 17 years old, my mentor was like, Austin, you got to get into wholesaling, right? And I didn't know what wholesaling was, obviously, at the time. I didn't have any real estate experience. I was not a real estate agent, nothing like that. I was like, well, what's wholesaling, right? And he explained it to me. And so I got into wholesaling, man, and I started doing what they call driving for dollars, okay? So like right now I'm driving through a neighborhood, actually. These houses are obviously pretty expensive where I'm at right now. But I started driving for dollars, right? I started looking for deals, which I'll link a lot of this in the description down below. But I started doing that, man, and then I found good deals, and then I turned around and I sold the contract to the end buyer, right? So again, when you get into wholesaling, you don't need a lot of money or a lot of credit or good credit or anything like that. You've got to have hustle, right? You got to be able to hustle. So, you know, look, there's a lot of ways that you can get a wholesale deal, right? You might be watching like, Austin, how do I get a wholesale deal, right? Like, I got to get a deal under my belt. Or maybe you've already done a deal or two and you're looking to scale, right? You want to do 3, 4, 5 deals a month, whatever it might be, right? Look, you can cold call, okay? You can text, right? You can door knock. You can drive for dollars. You can do pay-per-click marketing, right? You can do what they call bandit signs. You can do direct mail, okay? You can co-wholesale with other wholesalers, right? Take other wholesalers' deals and bring the cash buyer to the table and create what they call a co-wholesale deal, okay? So there's all these ways that you can talk to a seller that wants to sell their property, and you can get a property under contract below market value, right? So again, don't overcomplicate it, right? I've got a bunch of discount codes down below. If you're interested, you know, go check that out if you want to, you know, figure out how to talk to sellers and stuff like that. But look, you know, how I bought the Urus was I did that consistently over time, right? You know, I'm driving through a really expensive neighborhood right now, like $3 or $4, $5 million homes. And it's crazy. You know, I never thought in a million years that I would be where I'm at today. But the reality of it is I just did it consistently over time, right? I wholesaled one deal, okay? And then I doubled down, I reinvested, I got another deal. I reinvested, I got another deal. I reinvested, I got another deal. I hired my first person, right? And over time, you know, now we do 400 wholesale deals a year, okay? 400 at a minimum, right? We flip, we're acquiring rental properties. So look, you know, the real estate game, there's an evolution to it, right? Nobody just comes out like Grant Cardone and they're doing, you know, 3, 4, 500 unit Class A multifamily, right? Nobody does that, okay? What people do is they get started like doing something like wholesaling or becoming a real estate agent or whatever, maybe flipping a property here and there, and then you build a rental portfolio. Then maybe you buy an Airbnb. Then maybe, you know, you continue to learn as you go, right? Because you're meeting people, you're out in the marketplace, you're literally learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're gaining wisdom and knowledge. And eventually, man, I'll tell you what, you can do anything you put your mind to, right? You can absolutely buy a Lamborghini. You can buy whatever kind of car you want. You can live in whatever kind of house you want. You can do whatever you want. And real estate investing, in my humble opinion, is by far the #1 investing strategy in 2021, right? I mean, think about it for a minute, okay? It's tangible, it's real. You know, the S&P 500 is great, Bitcoin's great, crypto's great, NFTs are great, Walmart automation's great, Amazon automation's great, but there's nothing like tangible real estate, right? There's nothing like it, okay? It will always go up in value over the course of a long enough period of time, right? It could go down tomorrow, but over a long enough period of time, it's always gonna trend upward, okay? Just look at a chart of the last 30, 40, 50 years. I'll show you on the screen, right? So again, it'll always trend upward, okay? So look, I love real estate. I would get into wholesaling though if I were you. If you wanna buy a car like this, wholesale real estate, I'm telling you right now. It is the most simple way to get your foot in the door with real estate investing that'll lead to you eventually doing whatever you want to do. Multifamily, commercial, industrial, whatever you want to do. I'm telling you right now, wholesaling is the best way to get started. It's the way I got started. I would never practice, or I would never preach what I'm not practicing, right? I would never preach what I don't practice. So if you're watching the video and you haven't already, I just really appreciate it if you take a moment and just smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Drop a comment down below. Do you agree or do you disagree with wholesaling and, you know, being able to live a cool life, okay? I'd love to interact with you in the comments section. Stay tuned for future videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.